Hi there, Candies. There is something that I want to talk to you about. And no, it's not my hair. Come on. Not very good. Sorry for that. Okay, that's going to take ages. Let's come over here instead. Not the most elegant transition, I'm sorry. So, as you might know, I've been a little bit less active on social media this spring during the time that I've been studying in Switzerland, and that has given me the opportunity to reflect a little bit on what does it actually do to me, and still what has it done to me and what does it actually do. I love social media, but I think there are a couple of really bad things that destroys not only my brain but also culture and the world in general. I've been thinking about one thing in particular, and I think you will be able to recognize this as well. I think that social media causes me and many others to feel like they are being socially active. They feel like they get their need for social interaction fulfilled, but really they aren't. Social media allows us to sit inside of our own homes, pressing some like buttons, writing a couple of comments, seeing our friends virtually, and by doing so we feel like we are part of something. We feel that like we get our daily dose of social interactions, but in the long term, at least it doesn't really make me happy.
That is a pretty cool piece of art.
I'm trying to talk here. So, I mean, I've been hearing many people been reflecting about how much time they spend on social media, but I think that the problem, at least for me, is not really how much time I spend. It is what happens to me when I spend too much time with it. I feel like the way that I use social media really brings me joy in the moment, but I also feel that it brings me further away from the things that I have right around me, the things that I should be doing, and instead I spend time on social media. I feel really good in the moment, but it's not something that brings me joy in the long run. The moment that I close down Facebook or whatever app that I'm using, all the happiness, all the good feelings are kind of gone, and that is what I think is the difference. The difference from actually meeting people or interacting in real life, because I feel that such interactions give me joy for several days, or at least a longer time than just the little moment when I use my social media accounts. Not to mention that it also distracts me in my life. Having social media apps in my phone is like walking around with a bag of candy, and it's so nice to eat, and more and more and more, and I can never stop, and still it doesn't give me any nutrition. It's just something that is good in the moment, it makes me feel good, but it doesn't really give me anything of real value. Something else that I've been thinking about is what it does to well, one of my main goals with this channel has been to inspire people to get out there and enjoy adventures in their lives and things like that. But then I've been thinking, am I really doing that, or am I just giving people a way to enjoy through me instead of going out and doing it themselves? Is it more inspiring and helping people to find adventures in their life, or is it just a way for them not to do it? I don't know. What do you think? I've been thinking about this a lot. Also when it comes to, for example, concerts or festivals, which relates very much to my channel. Like, are the videos that I make from such events making people go there, or are they rather a way for people to not take part? To take part through watching a video is not taking part for real. Is it good? Is it bad? What do you think? I don't know. I think it's kind of both, and I think it all boils down to a fair balance. I think that social media has the possibility to be inspiring and giving information about new things, but I think that you really need to consider that watching all of these things in videos or at pictures, like live streams that people put up from concerts, it is not taking part for real. I mean, you should be there. I don't know. Thank you for listening to me rambling about this. I'm not really sure what I'm trying to say, so help me out in the comments. I want to discuss this with you. I guess it's just another version of this old, don't dream it, be it, but rather don't dream it, do it. And with that, I think it's time for something else. With that, I think that we have complained enough. Let's instead do something that I think that social media is awesome for. And that starts with taking this train. Roll me another train. The second thing that this trip starts with is booking a hotel while already on the way to the destination.
Bonjour. SNCF et la Deutsche Bahn vous souhaitent la bienvenue à bord
Now
de
you
ce
might be able to
TGV à
guess where I'm
destination de
I changed my mind. First thing, getting some sleep. I really need that. And observe that TGV has electric chairs. Very good. I'm still on the train. I'm sorry. Maybe you don't think this is interesting. What's coming is better. But I just need to tell you, look at this. We are not traveling at the speed of 350 kilometers an hour. We barely can't even see what we are flying by. This is a great way to travel. Gotta have some fun on the train, right? Nobody can see me here.
I've seen your eyes so many times like this before.
Okay, I think you're tired of me being a fool now, so let's just skip to the destination, okay? So, now most of you should know where we are, right? So, what is the best thing about social media, in my opinion? Well, I think it is that it compresses the world and makes it possible for you to connect with people from like anywhere, almost anyone. Like if it would be your own neighbor. That is pretty cool, and that is kind of what I'm doing tonight. And you can come along. Okay, second attempt. This is me in the basement of the bar called Player One, where you get drinks in something like this. Very nice. And we have some really nice company. We have Kato and the Rich. And this is one of the great things that I really like about social media, that you can meet people from basically all around the world and just like you would call up your neighbor or something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
So my question to you, because you are using social media every day like everyone else, what do you think? Like people's use of social media? What do you think what the influence is on people's relationships?
People's relationships. Oh, that's interesting. Like friendships?
Yeah.
I think friendships, I've been able to develop so many friendships just all over the world through social media. And for me, I think I'm a little bit of a latecomer to it. But
you're learning.
I'm learning, I'm getting better at it. I think, I don't know, it's pretty incredible.
Any downsides for you? Any downsides for you?
Any downsides? There's some downsides. I think
You
just
get
like
a lot of dick pics.
I get a lot of dick pics, you know. Comes with the territory. Some of the downsides, it's a lot like texting. Sometimes you misconstrue people when you get a message, and maybe they think something's funny and you think it's serious, or they think something's serious when you thought it was funny. And then all of a sudden, you know, people hate each other, and then there's like a fallout.
It's
and that's the
difficult
worst.
to express emotions.
That's the worst part of social media is there's no personal, like real personal interaction. When I'm talking to somebody, like I'm talking to you, or I'm talking to you, you know, and I can say things even though we maybe don't totally understand each other, but the body language comes across and the energy comes across, and you can see the smile on my face, and you know that I'm just joking around or taking the piss and we're having fun.
And then that leads to the upside of social media, because even though you can't express human emotions via your DMs and your comment section, you do end up making friends with people, and then you get to meet with people. Now we have friends in tons of countries. We've just toured around 5 countries in the last 20 days, staying with different friends the whole time, and that's mostly because of Instagram.
It is mostly because of Instagram.
Thanks,
Absolutely.
Instagram!
Big thumbs up. I think both of you have a point, because this was actually a little bit what I was talking about, that you kind of get this feeling that you're interacting with your friends. Like you press a like, and it feels like you are interacting with them, but they don't feel anything.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
People have asked
so
me
for
that,
some
like,
reason it's like you replace real relationships with like just feeling like you have them.
Kind of.
And then sometimes, for me at least, it's like I replace actually going out and meeting people with just scrolling their feeds and seeing what they're up to.
True, yeah.
So I think you need to take responsibility of actually not only taking care of meeting everyone from all around the world and pressing like, but also taking care of your friends in real life.
Absolutely. It's really well said.
I have pressed like on so many of your pictures personally that it's pretty cool that you went way out of your way to come and hang out with us tonight. So like that's really awesome.
So this is the responsible way of interacting.
Yes.
Press like 100 times and then you meet them.
And then you meet them.
Okay.
And then you have a drink.
Thank you so much. So we'll continue on the drinking, and hopefully that ends well. Ciao.
Okay, I'm back at my hotel. It is always so nice when people that seem nice turn out to actually be nice. And that is what happened tonight. I don't know if there's much more to say. Good night.